So basically, what I'm doing, what I want to go over today or do today is kind of blend the two together. Okay, meaning if I had basically we're going to be working on a lot of countering. Okay, which will help us in guard retention. Okay, and today's flow is going to be a flow that you guys can do, with a partner. And the better you get at this leg pummeling flow, the better your countering escapes and defenses are going to be. Now, just with most any submission, avoiding it altogether is always going to be paramount. If you can avoid it, perfect. Okay, that's going to be your first line of defense. Second line of defense, okay, is going to be to start countering halfway through whatever it is that they're trying to do. Last ditch effort to escape is going to be pretty much it's almost locked in, and you really never wanted to get that far. You let it get that far, you fucked up somewhere. Okay, and I apologize ahead of time. I curse a lot, so I have a pretty bad sailor mouth, so my apologies. So when it comes to leg locks, guys, there's a few basic concepts I really like to drive into my guys. First thing is dominating the inside space between the legs. Okay. Next, never spending too much time with your feet or legs over their legs. So, Brad, can I borrow you real quick? So, sit down. On your guard. So here in butterfly, I'm relatively safe. Okay? If any one of my legs are sitting over his leg, there's a potential threat. Okay. So even with half guard, when I'm playing, I love half guard. Here, there is some danger, but I'll be able to see it coming a mile away. But it's still a risk I really don't want to take. So I play more of a half butterfly than anything because, again, going along with that basic concept of keeping my feet between his legs or dominating this inside space, okay, this is going to be the preferred methodology as far as guards are concerned when I'm playing from the bottom, okay? So, again, I'm trying to dominate the inside space between the legs and minimizing the hang time with my legs over his thighs. Whenever this is here, regardless of one or two legs, there's always going to be a threat. Okay? 2, the knee line. Okay? Basically, what I want to try, this is going to be important for both the person defending and the person attacking. Okay? The closer my body sits, my hips sit to the knee line, whether it's above or below, the harder it's going to be for me to control the position, control the submission, the limb, and actually finish it. Ideally, when I'm attacking, I want to have my hips sitting as close to my opponent's hips, okay, and having a good bend in the leg. Okay, if I don't have that bend in the leg, it's going to be much easier for my partner to turn their leg into a stripper pole and rotate it in and out. Okay. So as this person escaping and defending, their goal, that person's goal is to get past that knee line. Okay, get their leg and their hips away below that knee. Okay, so the closer I could get their leg and hips from here down to here, the better. Okay. The other idea again is also as far as the boot. The boot, you're going to be using it all the time. Okay. Especially with straight ankle locks, right? So even though we're not going to be drilling this, okay, it's something really important to know that a lot of people don't mention when they're teaching counters, escapes, and defenses, even to something as simple as a straight ankle lock. Everyone chose, when you're defending straight ankle lock, the common response is to put the boot on, right? I put the boot on, okay? But look what happened. The position of my knee is in line with Brad's center line, okay? And because it's in line with the center line, all he has to do is hip into it, and he creates that bend again. okay? This is a lot of work for me. There's a lot of work for me to hold this boot when he can easily just create the bend by thrusting his hips forward. His hips are going to be a lot more stronger than my quad in this position, okay? So for the next line of defense along with the boot, okay, that you have to consider, especially when you're utilizing the boot, is taking that leg off your partner's center line, okay? And I do that by doing this corkscrewing motion and rotating my knee so it points up to the ceiling and it's not in line with the center line. Make sense? Okay, so now he could hip, I could still keep that boot much easier than if my knee was pointed and in line with the center line. Okay, so always keep that in mind as well. Okay, so just to reiterate again, I want to dominate the inside space between the legs, little hang time above his legs, okay, and then that boot, okay, corkscrew, rotate, extend, okay. Now the last bit, as far as the line of defense, okay, when it comes to most any leg lock, okay, is getting that foot off on the floor, okay. The longer my foot spends off the floor, the more opportunities he's going to have, and the easier it's going to be for him to manipulate my foot to finish it. Okay, so one of the goals is, again, I'm going to try to come up and get my foot flat. If I can get my foot flat, okay, I can start easily countering. Okay, that's not a problem. Make sense? So, heavy foot flat, keep that in mind. Okay, so what we're going to do today, okay, as far as our flow is concerned, we're going to be starting. I started my guys with this. I'm a huge fan of 10th Planet, and we started the kindergarten flow. Okay, and it's just a basic leg pump. Some of you might be familiar with it, some of you might not, but it's a very basic, fundamental leg pummeling flow that works with a lot of defense and countering and repummeling, which essentially is you're teaching yourselves to defend, repummel so you don't lose the guard. Because one of the things I see a lot of people do when they're trying to defend and escape, they completely disengage and create so much more work for themselves. Okay, it's kind of like I see all the time, like getting 3/4 past the guard to only go back into their guard to recreate all that work. So it's essentially like with the leg pummeling game. Okay, we want to take advantage of the situation. We want to take advantage of our positions, okay, and do as little work as possible, okay. So part of the flows we're going to start with honey hole, okay. We're going to start in honey hole, and then we're going to go to the honey flip. I kind of taught this, if you're in Maine, I kind of taught this towards the end of the class in Maine, but a lot of people were struggling with the position of the flip itself, okay, and the flow. So I'm going to start with Brad. He's going to have me in honey hole. Okay. So let's go. Yeah. Okay. So first off, okay, defensively, before I even start doing anything, I need to think about this foot first and my heel. Okay. I can't be lazy with it, just let it hang like this because he's going to attack it. Yeah. So conceptually, I always want to have my heel pointed towards my opponent. Okay, the more I keep my heel turned towards him, the longer I bring him, the more time I'm giving myself to start doing whatever it is I need to do. Okay, if I keep my knee up and my foot open, okay, easier it's going to be for him to finish. So, need to keep that heel curled. Okay. I'm actively leg curling my heel into the hip, okay, to establish my position. Then I'm going to start going for a honey flip, okay. So when I do the honey flip, I'm going to put my weight on this hand here, okay, and it's almost like I'm doing a technical stand-up, okay. So my hand goes to the knee, and again, just like I was mentioning earlier about that whole knee line, okay, my hand goes to the knee, I lift my hip off the floor, and I'm gonna rotate my body so it faces the floor, okay? The more I can rotate my chest towards the floor, the easier it's gonna be to pull my leg out and place it on the back of your partner's right leg here in my situation, okay? So once I do this, I've cleared my my right knee, okay? Then I just square back up, because again, I don't want to completely disengage. I want to put myself, you know, in a more advantageous position, which would be putting myself back in the honey hole here, okay? So then heel go, boom, do this honey flip. Oh, wow. Man. Come on, this is going on the Globetrotter site. Come on. All right. Oh, man. Okay, so again, look.
Worst uke ever.
So I'm here, I lift, turn, okay? While I'm turning, again, that basic corkscrew with my leg, I'm not coming here and trying to pull out. It's not gonna come out, okay? I have to corkscrew my leg, boom. My knee comes out, place my foot on the back of the leg, and then I sit back down, corkscrewing both my legs, and notice I have my left foot on the back of that hamstring, okay? 2 hands on the leg, I extend, pull my right leg out, go in a honey hole here, okay? Then Brad's gonna go, boom, honey flip. Oh, right on my nuts. That was it. Cool. Make sense, guys? Pretty simple, yeah? So that's just the first part of the flow, and we're gonna start building on that. Okay, so again, the movement is just like a technical stand-up. So I'm here, hiding that leg, boom, boom, boom. Cross, okay? And when you sit in the honey hole, guys, don't sit with your foot, the top leg, never on top, always on bottom, okay? If I leave this on top, Brad will grab my heel, put it against your, inside your thigh here. Back there, right there, yeah, and then I'll pull my heel. Yeah, there you go. All right, make sense? So if this foot's on top, all he has to do is keep my foot hooked on the back of his thigh. I'll tap, tap. Yes. Make sense? Let's go play. 1, 2, 3.
Right?
All right, guys. So we're in honey hole. Brad's going to go ahead and rotate. He's going to go to honey flip. And then he's going to pull the honey hole back on me here. Okay? So now I have to I'm going to hit the honey stick. Now there's several ways we could hit the honey stick. Okay? But 2 very common. I'm going to take my left foot inside, weave it through, and cross my feet. Okay? So again, because this is a leg that's in danger, the other leg always comes over on top, protecting it, and I'm always actively squeezing. Okay? So come back. So and again, honey hole. So first option, okay, would be to get my left leg, okay, weave it inside, boom, control. Okay? The other entry here is he's got nice and tight here, okay? Maybe I don't have the flexibility, okay? All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of straddle my legs open. I'm gonna take 2 hands on his leg and just pull it up. And just bring it back in, and I'm back in my honey stick, okay? And now when I get to the honey stick, I can attack this leg, okay? So when I attack with the heel hook, okay, I'm gonna use my left elbow to actively push the toes into my ribs, okay? And again, just like that one, like what I was talking about earlier about the bend in the knee, the more I can keep a bend in the knee, the quicker the submission is gonna come, okay? The one thing I like to really drill into people is it's more than just position, then submission, okay? First you control the position, then you control the limb, then you apply the submission, okay? Now when I finish the submission with the heel hook, I'm not going for it with my forearm, okay? I'm gonna use my right hand first, Okay, I'm gonna cup the heel with my right hand. Then I'm gonna lift and get a butterfly grip. Okay, this ensures my grip will never slip. Okay, so I'm actively turning my knees inward. I rotate the heel towards my face and I thrust my hips. Okay, so I'm not doing a big rotation here, letting my body roll with it. Okay, which is why if you see people when they're defending heel hooks, they got like this big Tasmanian devil roll, you know, off the mats. Like if you were watching like the ACC trials, I couldn't tell you how many matches I see like roll off the mats with people trying to escape or defend the heel hook. Okay, and it's only because they're rotating, they're spinning, versus taking their partner's leg or their opponent's leg out of its normal alignment. Okay, so again, I'm here. I'm use my elbow to bring his toes towards my ribs. Okay, my right hand's gonna cup the heel. Now I lift, slide my forearm under, and I cup my wrist like so. Okay, I'm gonna slightly rotate the heel towards my face. Okay, and then I'm gonna hit. Right? Yeah. Makes sense? So again, I shouldn't have to roll. If you're rolling, you're doing it incorrect. Okay? So why not enough people show it this way is beyond me. Because again, there is a problem. There's a problem with the leg lock game and a problem with heel hooks, and you see it all the time with the way people react to the heel hook. Constant spin, 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 spin. And it's because everyone's attacking it the same way. And a lot of people lose the heel hook because of the way they're gripping it. So again, it's control of the limb. If I'm not so I control the position here with my honey stick. Okay, now I'm controlling the limb here. Okay, I get the toes, boom, here's my control of the limb. Now I apply the pressure to finish. Okay, now here, I don't have a good control of the limb with the heel, because all Brad needs to do, okay, he just needs to ballerina toe his toes to counter the heel hook grip. Okay, if I'm cupping the heel with the butterfly grip, okay, he could ballerina the fuck out of his toes. I'm gonna rip it off. Okay, no, fuck his ballerina. Okay, elbow, pull. Okay, I grab, pop. Okay, ballerina toe. Okay, see I was trying to straighten it out now? Straighten out, yeah. Yeah, oh, no ballerina toe, right? Boom. That's it. Keeping that bend in the knee. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning. So we go honey hole. He goes to the honey flip. Boom. Okay, again, I can open or bring my left foot in, kick through, figure four. Elbow on the toes. I'm going to internally rotate the toes like so with my elbow here. Boom. Grab the heel. I lift and slide my forearm under. Okay. I lift. Oh, sorry. I lift the heel towards my face, and then I hit. Okay. So essentially, this is the movement. Okay. I'm here. Pull. Grab. Lift. I lift the heel towards my face. Okay, and then this. Trying to poodle hump his leg. Yeah? Cool? Any questions?
I have a question.
Yes.
So you're pulling your heel here, so that's on the hip is going against your knee, is that what?
Yes. Yeah, so what's happening is applying. Okay, so basically when you see people finish heel hooks, the heel does this, and the knee goes with it. Right? And that's why you get that spin. But what I'm trying to do is take this heel, rotate it up while my hips rotate the knee that way. So I'm taking his leg at the knee joint in two opposing directions. Make sense? So that's what's going to make that finish, that heel hook finish, that much quicker. Yeah? Cool. Let's go play it. 1, 2, 3. So again, I need to pull his toes towards me. I need to over exaggerate his toes so it comes towards me. The more I bring his, if his toes are in line like, or straight like this, in line with his leg, it's gonna be harder for me to get the bite. So I need to really actively rotate his toes towards me. Okay, so when I'm here, right, my chest is sitting in front of his shin while my left elbow pulls his toes towards me. My right hand gets the heel. Here, look, I'm still leaning forward. But look, I'm gonna rotate and slide my forearm under. Okay, so I'm getting my wrist under the heel. Okay, so I'm here, I'm still facing. I get my hand under the heel, my left hand turns, I grab my wrist, okay, as much as I can. I curl and I hit. Okay, so essentially, if I were to just like go for a gable grip, heel hook, this is essentially the grip I'm going for here. Okay, I want my wrist underneath the heel, not my forearm, not this meaty part here that'll slide each and every time. It's always my wrist. Okay, the top of his foot by his pinky toe is sitting here in the crook of my elbow. Okay, so if I did that gable grip here, keep my chest tight, I roll, sorry, you're good. Okay, so look, boom, roll, hip. Okay, but right now I'm kind of relying on just the left curl. But if I come with the meat, if I add extra meat to that heel, I could use I'm using my left arm, my right arm curl, and then my hip. Make sense? So, really actively try to rotate the toes. Okay? Grab the heel, cup the heel like this. Okay? And then get your forearm under, or the wrist under, this part. Yeah? So let's go ahead, get back with your partners. Let's drill this a little bit longer, and then we're gonna add the honey dick.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So a honey hole, boom, honey slip, here goes the honey stick, this motherfucker, right? So now, we're gonna go to honey dick, okay? So from here, I have to react quickly. Okay, so essentially what I'm doing is, I'm taking this leg, I'm gonna pull it all the way to my right. Okay, so I'm here, I pull, bring my left foot out. Okay, so when I'm here, okay, he just hit the honey stick, right? He's trying to fight. I'm keeping my left heel rotating in. So I'm gonna grab the leg, I'm gonna pull it up, slide my left knee out, and when I rotate, I'm gonna bring this leg to the outside of my right knee, here. And then I just keep rotating to my right. Okay? I could let go, but preferably, I prefer that you guys hang on to the foot or the ankle here. Now when I go to finish here, okay, if I wanna let go, I'm gonna pull my right leg out and cross my legs. Then I'll rotate. Okay?
Make this easier for me to record.
So let's start over again.
Yeah.
So one more time. So boom. Yes, yes. So he goes honey flip. All right, honey flip. Boom. He honey sticks. Boom. Grab your ankle. Okay. I pull. Slide my left leg out. Pull. Okay. Now when I'm holding, my left elbow is going to come to the toes. I'm going to drive his toes into my armpit and rotate. Okay, so I'm doing a circular motion towards the toes. Pull the toes down, catch the wrist. Okay?
I'm cramping.
Sorry. Sorry.
Still cramping.
Lower. Okay, so, hang on. So, boom, flip, honey stick, honey dick. Okay? Pull, circular motion, catch the heel. Okay? Got the heel again. I'm always actively pulling the heel to my face. Okay? Even if he starts to rotate over,
Tap.
like from here, go ahead and continue spinning. Keep going, keep going. Keep going.
Tap.
And all I'm doing is keeping my feet crossed. Okay? My right leg's down the crack of his butt. My left foot's hooking the inside of his hip. Okay, so when I rotate here, again, I can just hold, rotate, pull, hit. Okay? Finishing, regardless of position, the way you finish a heel hook, it's always going to be rotating the heel to your face and hipping into the knee. Always. Make sense? Okay, so we go to honey hole, honey flip, honey stick, honey dick. Yep. Now, if you're familiar with honey hole, okay, work on the entry too. Okay? Do an entry from maybe from standing, from quarter guard, enter the honey hole, and then start the flow. Yeah? So, for example, I'm afraid I'll leave it. Or you want it? No. So, I've been standing, so, yeah. So we could come here, we do Imanari, then it goes boom, honey flip, boom, stick, then honey dick, and then we reset. Okay. He goes, he stands, he steps, and boom, sits back. Go to honey hole, honey flip, boom, stick, honey, oh the fucking dick. Fine. Yeah, fine. Let's go play. 1, 2, 3. Woo! That was great. All right, guys. Question.
How do you truck from here?
No, we're not going there. Yes.
I explained this earlier, but what's the nomenclature
All 10th planet.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've known Eddie for a long time. Like since before he even started 10th Planet. And I was the guy that I designed that 10th Planet logo while I was still in college. So, I think amongst the 10th Planet world, that's what I'm known for. But like I said, I've followed Eddie for forever. I first actually met Eddie when he was a purple belt, and I was only a blue belt. He competed against a couple of my buddies at a tournament in California. And it was really weird, his game, the way he rolled. I'm like, kind of like that. That's kind of cool. But yeah, so I've just been following him since. So I'm sure the origins of the terminology, you know. Okay, what are we gonna call it? I'm sure, like if I smoked more, I'd probably have better names for the shit I do. Like people ask me, what do you call them? Like, I don't fucking know. I don't know. Call it this. So there's a whole fucking sentence. So, but yeah, that's. What else, guys?
Yes.
Yep, sure.
I think I'm not understanding how to tell when the limb is isolated enough to the back and when it's not.
That's actually a good question. Okay. So when, okay, it's basically this. So if my hip is closer to his knee, I don't have control. Okay. When my hip is closer to his hip, it's better control, but not still entirely good control. When I bring my knees together here, and I'm able to pinch here, this is good control. Okay. Better control is when I start controlling this leg too. So I'm going for double trouble here. So I'm hugging, squeezing. Okay. My legs control this leg. My arms control this leg. Make sense? So now I can start attacking. Make sense? So when you know you have good control is when you feel tight and close to his hip. Not here. If his leg is straightened out, that's not good control. I have to create the bend in his knee for a better bite and better control. So I do that by rotating my knees together and squeezing. Okay? Once I get here, then I can start playing and attacking. Now I got control. Okay? Make sense? So just think, no space between the legs, hips close to their hips, a bend in their leg, and pull up movements. Cool? Cool. All right, guys. So my next class is I teach is going to be on the Aoki lock. I think Aaron Ross is going to be judging me, so I'm hoping that he doesn't show up. So, but anyway, I've been teaching this one for a while, and I taught it actually at a camp. I taught it in Ireland. Now everyone and their mothers starting to Instagram it and start showing their Aoki locks, and now you're seeing Hugo something or another winning the Grand Prix with the Aoki lock. But that Aoki lock's been around for fucking ever. But people are just barely starting to notice it, you know. But it's a super effective lock. It's sneaky. You can hit it from so many different positions. You know, basically, you'll either have the Aoki lock or an Estima lock. And it's all based on the positioning of your opponent's foot. Okay? So don't miss that one. It'll be a fun one. We're going to go over a lot of options from different guards and kind of still going along with the kind of the same theme that we had here, using, you know, leg pummeling and countering as a mode of defense and as a mode of attack. So, but thank you guys for coming. Let's go ahead and take a picture. Let's go.